Hi zoo fans, my name is Mike. I'm one of the reptile keepers here at the Virginia Zoo. Thank you for joining us for Creature Feature Friday. So today we're taking a look inside of our new frog lab inside the new World of Reptiles building. So this room is going to house about 11 or 12 different species of frogs. So we've got some poison dart frogs from Central and South America. We've got some poisonous frogs from Madagascar called mantellas. We have a few species of those, as well as a few other non-poisonous species of tree frogs and ground frogs, mostly from Central and South America. So we're going to have about 12 exhibits displayed in here. This is one of them right here next to me. We're going to have a few tanks on this shelf and a few tanks over here, and about 6 more tanks over there, so you guys can see these frogs up nice and close. So this is one of the tanks here that I'm mostly finished with. Please pardon the mess in here. I've got a whole bunch of things being built simultaneously, so there's kind of stuff all over the place. I promise it'll look a lot cleaner than this in a few days. So basically we start with an empty tank like this one down here. What we're doing for all these tanks is we're actually drilling holes in the bottom of them so that when we spray these frogs, since a lot of these guys like a lot of water and a lot of humidity, the water can automatically drain out through some plumbing we're going to have set up on these tanks. So once there's a hole drilled in the bottom, we like to put all different decorations on the walls. So this tank here, I've got a few different pieces of cork bark that's adhered to the wall. I've got a bunch of different types of substrate mixed together. So I've got some coconut fiber in here. I've got some sphagnum moss and some other types of dirt and other things that are going to hold a lot of humidity and make it look nice and natural for these frogs. So I have that placed on the wall in here. And we're going to put a lot of plants inside these pieces of cork bark so it'll look nice and green. So some of the different ways we make the different decorations and furnitures and stuff in pieces inside of these tanks. You see these pieces here are actually made out of styrofoam. Some of these are just covered in different types of adhesives, and then we place substrate onto them. We press it in to make it look nice and natural, hopefully, and dirt-like. Some of these, like this piece here, is also styrofoam. This just has a waterproof coating on it to help make it more durable, and then we paint this to hopefully make it look more natural and rock-like. This is actually a piece of pink insulation foam that we put a 2-part epoxy onto, and this is just part of a tree that we're making. This still has to be painted light brownish color, a couple different colors to make this look a lot more natural too. Then we've got some other pieces here we're going to put in. This is a piece that we purchased, this fake tree buttress here. We've got all different shapes and sizes of different cork barks and other pieces of rock bark that's going to go into these tanks. So the daily care for these frogs mostly consists of coming in and checking all the frogs and making sure they're looking all healthy every day, making sure we can see all of them in there to make sure they're doing well. We'll come in a few times a day and we'll spray them with specially filtered water. We're going to have a special filter system set up near our sink, and we're actually going to run some plumbing into this large reservoir right here so we can have a lot of the water pre-made so it's always available for us to use as we need to. So we'll come in, we'll spray all the plants, make sure it's the correct humidity levels for these frogs. Most of these frogs, since they're so small in the wild, they're naturally kind of just always picking at little pieces of food that they find, which is usually different types of insects and invertebrates. Small bugs that are like laying on the ground in a leaf litter. So a lot of these species we will be feeding most days of the week. They don't all need it every single day, but we'll feed these guys pretty frequently just to have a lot of small meals available for them. We breed a lot of different types of fruit flies here. We have some different types of bean beetles and small crickets and other, just to provide a large variety of food items for these guys to make sure they have a full nutritional profile and they're staying nice and healthy. Thanks again for joining us for Creature Feature Friday. The World of Reptiles and Friends will open officially to the public on Monday, June 4th, but you can get early access to see all these exhibits tomorrow night at our Zoo To Do event. You can purchase tickets at vazootodo.com. Thanks again, hope to see you there.